Welcome back. Let's finish up this monkey bread. Forgot to tell you, 350-degree oven. We need to get that preheated real quick. So I'm going to turn my oven on, and it'll be ready by the time we're ready to pop the monkey bread in. We've got on our stove here, we've got our sauce working, and I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to start opening up my biscuits and get it going. What you want to do is open these biscuits up, and we're going to cut each biscuit into quarters, and this is going to give you some nice bite-sized pieces, and they're going to fluff up and look really, really good in the individual tube pans that I have there. So while I'm opening this up, when I was a kid, one of my favorite things to make that I learned to make when I was really young was cinnamon toast, and loved it. My mom had to keep cinnamon and sugar and bread available at all times for me for snacks when I came home from school. And I became really an expert at it. This, though, totally tops just ordinary cinnamon toast. It takes the cinnamon and the sugar and bumps it up another level with the delicious topping. So let's see here. Got all that out. Now I'm going to take half a cup of sugar, just plain white sugar, and we're going to take a teaspoon of cinnamon, and you can make it a heaping teaspoon. It's not rocket science here. We're going to mix this up, and this is the base for our cinnamon and sugar. Let's check on this. Our butter's looking good. Let me stir it up a little bit. Good to go. Now my girls last night, this was their first week of school, and so Saturday morning, you know, it's sleeping in, had a hard week, worked hard, going to school all week long, and they're ready for a little surprise. Or I think they're ready for a little surprise. They had friends stay over, and I think everybody's going to be waking up to the smell of cinnamon and sugar and biscuits, and it's going to be something that's going to pop them out of bed. They've been eating healthy all week long, so might as well treat them a little bit, right? If it wasn't that, I know that they'd be waking up and asking to send mom or dad to the donut shop for some kolaches and chocolate glazed donuts. And we don't need to do that. We've got all these ingredients here. We're good to go with all this, so no need to spend all that money, right? Let's get all these quartered. Now, this is, we're working here with 3 canisters of the buttermilk biscuits. And I don't like using the grams for this, again, because it's just too thick and it turns out too doughy in the center, and it's just, there's nothing worse than eating raw bread dough. It's just not good. So we don't want to do that to our monkey bread. We're going to separate all this, and then we're going to see if our sauce is ready. Now look at this sauce. The butter's just now melting, and I'm incorporating the brown sugar. And we're going to let me turn it up just a little bit. We're going to bring it to a boil, or just right underneath a boil. And then it'll be ready to go. And one other thing that goes in the topping is I like to put walnuts. I think it adds a little crunch. It's really nice. So I'm going to take my chopper and chop up some nuts and just distribute them evenly throughout the individual packets. And it's just going to be a couple of handfuls, half a cup, just however you like it. You can leave the nuts off. A lot of kids don't like nuts on their stuff, but I think it adds a nice texture to it. And we're just going to sprinkle it on the bottom here, because what's going to happen is once the monkey bread's done, this is going to be inverted, and actually the nuts and the sauce will end up being on the top. And it's going to look fantastic, and the sauce is going to drip down the sides of the individual two pans, and it's just going to look fantastic. And it's going to taste so good. Looks like our butter and sauce is ready to go. And you don't want to overcook or overboil butter because it'll take on a burnt smell or a taste. But you just want to get it melted. And then we're going to put it in the top here as soon as we get these nuts in. Wow, I'm liking these nuts today, huh? Running out quickly. And you don't have to chop your nuts, you can just use the pieces, but I kind of like it a little bit finer than it seems to come in the bags from the store. These are just walnuts. You could use pecans and anything else, but I think that the walnuts really complement this particular bread. And I like banana bread with walnuts too. Pecans a lot for cakes and things of that nature, but these walnuts are fantastic. I'm just throw a couple more pieces in here and we're good to go. All right, we are set. Now I have already prepped before. I prepped the bump pans with a little flour sugar spray so that things won't stick. Don't want it to stick. It's going to make it difficult to. And we're going to put a little sauce in each one and just kind of evenly distribute it. And this is all going to cook into all the little pieces that we're cutting. Oh, it's already smelling so good. I can smell all the brown sugar and the butter, and it hits those nuts, and oh, what a good mixture. Almost there. All right, we've got everything pretty coated and good to go. Now, what we need to do is get all these little pieces. I'll move some of this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to get all these little pieces here coated with the cinnamon and the sugar mixture that we've got. This is like little pieces of cinnamon toast. And we're going to start putting them in these pans. And you don't want to press it down or anything like that. What you want to do is you just want to start kind of just throwing them in there a little bit. They don't have to be even or lined up. The more kind of sporadic you place them, the better it looks when you're finished. And it's going to puff up and all kind of cook together, but it's going to be easy to tear apart too. These little bite-sized pieces just kind of work their way apart really, really easily. So this is fantastic. Now it takes a few minutes to get all this coated good, but we're going to evenly put, that one's a little too big. We're going to evenly distribute through here. I'm going to finish up and I'll be right back and we'll get this in the oven.